it's Lisa. I thought I'd make this a bit of a life update because I haven't really told many people about what's happening in my life, at least not on YouTube. So I thought in this video I'd talk a bit about my long distance relationship with my husband. So some of you know that I live in Australia and my husband lives in the US, and we have been married for over a year. We were married in May last year, and it's been long distance since we first emailed in June 2012. So we have been in person together for maybe 4 months in total out of those last 3 years and a bit. And I'm pretty excited that I'll be seeing him again in December this year. So I booked my ticket last night and I'll be visiting him from around the start of December until the end of January. So this time will be the longest time that I've been with him in person in a whole block. The last time was in July of this year. I was with him for the month of July, and you might see some footage on my channel about a bit of my time with him. But it's been really challenging. Being married and being in a long distance relationship is not ideal, but I think it's made us value the time that we do have together. And I don't know, it's really hard when we're apart, but we try to keep contact as much as possible. We message each other. We both have Apple stuff, so he's got an iPhone, I've got an iPod, so we can FaceTime. We're trying to FaceTime more every day now, at least for 15 minutes, if not a bit longer, because we actually went through quite a rough time the last week. He's been really busy and we didn't really have any meaningful FaceTime together for about a week, and then I would be messaging him and I'd sometimes message him paragraphs about what happened in my day or stuff that I learnt, and then he would message back like 1-sentence replies because I don't know, I think maybe it's like a man thing that they don't reply that much, or maybe it's just him, like personality difference. But it was really hard for both of us because we just started feeling more distant, and it got to the point where I was crying like 2 nights ago or 3 nights ago, and I wrote him this really long email about how I felt, and we worked out anyway that we would FaceTime at least once a day, and I think that will help because when we don't FaceTime, I feel like we need to message more, and if I start messaging too much, then he will not want to read it all, or I might say too much at once and it's just too much to take in. So I don't know if I'm making sense, but yeah, that's what's happening. And my advice, I don't really have much advice, this is just my experience, but probably just make communication a priority, even when other things in life get in the way. If you're in a long distance relationship and if you want it to work, it has to be a high priority in your life. It has to come almost before everything else. Because if you let other things get in the way, your relationship will start fading. And well, it's been that way for me and Kenneth. Like when we're together, we're really strong. When we're apart, we do have to stay strong, and it hasn't been easy, but I think it will be rewarding when we're finally together. And absence apparently makes the heart fonder, and that's been how I felt and how we have felt. Whenever we're together, we always make the most of our time together, and I feel like the time that we have apart allows us to focus on ourselves and other things in our life rather than always having to depend on each other. So that's a good thing. I've always been quite independent anyway, even before I met him. I was actually single before I met him, and he is my first boyfriend and first husband, hopefully my only husband. So I've learnt to just be independent and not rely on anyone too much for friendship or to feel valued. But it is really hard when you're married, and when you really love someone and you want to be with them all the time, it can be stressful to not be with them and to not communicate as much as you're used to. So yeah, but we do keep in contact through iMessage, sometimes even through Facebook a little bit, but mainly through FaceTimes. So if you're in a long distance relationship, let me know. Give me tips if you have any, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.